Now we are going into the first article of today's editorial analysis, that is the cost of peace. We will quicker and faster look into the article so that we will know what is present in the article today. So it's very, I'm very eager to know what is in the article. So we'll move on. And then there's also, I'm going to give you the vocabulary part which is present in that. The cost of peace. Afghanistan should not lose the democratic gains made in the post-Taliban era. So Afghanistan must not lose its democratic gains. Every country and every place will have some democratic gains. It must not lose the democratic gains. It gains some democratic rules in the post-Taliban era. It must not lose that. 6 months after they were first due to be held in intra-Afghan talks between the Taliban face-to-face with representatives of the Ashraf Ghani government and Afghan civil society finally got underway in Doha on Saturday. The talks, which were a key outcome of the US Taliban and US Afghanistan agreements signed in February this year, have been delayed for many reasons. To begin with, the Taliban set preconditions including the release of all its prisoners while not accepting the basic requirement of a ceasefire. Taliban had set some preconditions to release all of its prisoners while it is not accepting the basic requirements of ceasefire. Ceasefire means a temporary suspension of fighting, truce, peace. Neither party ever broke the ceasefire. Okay, there were also delays of the composition of the Afghan negotiation team led by chief negotiator Masoom Stanekzai, and the differences over appointments between the former rivals President Ghani and Abdullah Abdullah, who was appointed as the head of the High Council for National Reconciliation. Right, negotiation means discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. Talks, like you should negotiate about the court about the case which is prolonging in the court, means you should make talks, you should discuss something, right? And what is meant by reconciliation? Reuniting, itself back again. So reuniting, reunion, conciliation, appeasement, right? It took he had a strange foreboding that something would go wrong. So the next one is, there were even concerns over whether the all-male Taliban team would deal with the negotiating team, which includes 4 women. However, the biggest obstacle was the release of more than 5,000 Taliban prisoners and about 1,000 Afghan soldiers and others held by Taliban militia. As stipulated in the agreements with the US last month, President Ghani said that he would release all but about 400 who were wanted for serious crimes. He is going to release everyone, but there are 400 people who have done very serious crimes and he's not going to leave them, he's not going to spare them. Okay, so which led to the Taliban threatening to call off talks, but resolved after Loya Jirga of representatives approved the release. One final batch of prisoner releases were held up briefly over objections from France and Australia. So it's not simple to release the prisoners. Why? Because they have done a certain crime which shouldn't be done. So every a little bit different batches of prisoners. Every batch of prisoners were left out, but only one batch was left because certain countries are not accepting those, like France, Australia, whose soldiers have been killed by them. Because just now we discussed what the prisoners do. So they're not accepting that because of these batch of prisoners, even our soldiers were being killed. So we are not going to accept to get them out. The silver lining for India, which otherwise views the reconciliation process with some foreboding. Foreboding means feeling that something bad will happen, apprehension, perturbation. He had a strange foreboding that something would go wrong. So, what does foreboding indicate that? So, if we get them out, again, something bad may happen. So, they're not allowing them to come out. Okay, foreboding is that the release of all Taliban prisoners has also meant the safe return of 3 Indian hostages. Hostage means captive, prisoner, detainee. She was taken hostage by the gunmen. Okay, held since 2018 by the Taliban. The hard part begins now, while preliminary rounds held since Saturday have dealt with the structure and logistics. The first task of the negotiations is to declare a permanent ceasefire and stop violence in Afghanistan that has claimed 1300, that is 1300 civilian lives, in the first half of 2020. More difficult challenges will emerge as they grapple. Grapple means fight, tussle, brawl with the Taliban on how to shape Afghanistan's future and whether they can retain the constitution and political processes while bringing the insurgents into the mainstream. Insurgents means rebel, revolutionary, agitator. All approaches to the capital are now under the control of insurgents, right? Okay, next one is with the Ghani government giving the green signal for talks in Doha, India has modified its stand and External Affairs Minister S. Jay Shankar attend the inaugural ceremony, means welcoming or starting or like marking or the beginning, first initial introductory. In her inaugural speech, she stressed upon women empowerment. Okay, so where are the inaugural ceremony in Doha via video conferencing? It was the first ever address by an Indian official at a gathering that includes the Taliban, that India still maintains as a terror group, while stating that peace in Afghanistan as a result of an Afghan-led, Afghan-owned process is a desirable outcome. He made it clear that India hopes it will not come at the cost of gains made by Afghanistan in the post-Taliban era, including democracy, institutions of governance, and the rights of minorities and women. Right. We successfully completed our first article of today's editorial, and we completed our Hindu editorial session for today. And I thank every one of you for watching my video. Thank you very much.